Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we're coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Patriot Championship Wrestling. We are at the D.C. Armory in Washington, D.C. tonight, and as you know, we have a very special main event tonight with the Butcher Legacy Ladies Championship on the line. LEILANI Kai and LENA KROSS set to go in that one. Also tonight, the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle defending against ILIO DIPAOLO. And the Patriot Tag Team Championship with the Road Warriors defending against the Rock and Roll Express. It is going to be a big one tonight. Kathy Evans first in line at the turnstile. Welcome, Kathy. And Neely Bob arriving with the Velvet Posse in tow. Never a dull moment when it comes to the Velvet Posse. So some news from the Dave Cave. I was away this week on work travel, so I was not able to get any matches in this week. No Heartland highlight reel this week. But I do anticipate a Heartland highlight reel in the middle of this week, probably Thursday night or so. We'll jump on with the Heartland highlight reel. Next weekend is a gathering of the Play, P-L-A-A-Y, gaming community up the road in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, about 3 hours from here. So I will be spending the weekend with Keith Avalone and a bunch of Play gamers next weekend. So there will not be live wrestling on the channel next weekend, but we are here tonight and we have got big matches. Jeff Stafford now joining us in the chat room. Welcome, Jeff. So before we came to air, the show started with John Pesic getting a submission win over Billy Whitewolf, a very dominant victory for John Pesic with the Tiger Man toehold. Then it was Mark Henry in a surprising matchup against Hercules Hernandez, the two powerhouse men of Patriot Championship Wrestling. And what was surprising there was that in the middle of a big matchup between these two big power men, Mark Henry went to the use of a foreign object, grabbing a broomstick from ringside and choking down Hercules Hernandez. He stopped at the 4 count, so was not disqualified, but the fans were shocked to see that, and Henry was in a mood here tonight, but he rode that momentum to victory and was able to get the win over Hercules Hernandez, and that match will have implications perhaps later on this evening. And then another strange result just before we came to air, Ken Patera taking on Bob Backlund, and it was Patera getting the win by disqualification. Patera came to the ring accompanied by his ally Paul Jones, and Paul Jones got under the skin of Bob Backlund from the get-go, and action spilled outside the ring, and in his frustration, Backlund captured Patera in an illegal chokehold on the arena floor and would not let it go, despite the warnings of the referee. Such was the level of frustration from one Bob Backlund that the referee was ultimately forced to call for the disqualification. So yeah, stunning turn of events here tonight in Washington, D.C., as we've got a couple of announcements. Taylor Made and Charlie Boy, new members of the Posse. Taylor Made, of course, a wonderful wrestler back in the day in ladies competition. Her tag team with Allison Kay, known as Made in Sin, was a very successful tag team. I might need to bring them back one day. Who knows? But Taylor Sin has found greener pastures in Velvet Wrestling, and more power to her. So yeah, welcome to Taylor Made and Charlie Boy. Charlie Boy I am less familiar with. And Jeff Stafford, of course, an active Fed as well. All right, so to set up tonight's opening contest, it is going to be the opening televised match. It is going to be bizarre. This is a number one contenders match for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship, as two men, both members of the entourage of Percy Pringle III, have made it to a number one contenders match. So introducing first, out of Glasgow, Scotland, he stands at 6'2" and weighs 232 pounds. This is Roddy Piper. And his opponent hails from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, standing at 6'5", weighing 452 pounds. This is Big Van Vader. So, stablemates competing for a shot at the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Percy Pringle is at ringside, but pledged to remain non-committal in this match, as Vader and Piper are just going to have to fend for themselves. So Percy will go to the side here, as Vader and Piper are set to do battle here in Washington, D.C., and coming out, it is Roddy Piper taking the initiative. And coming out with a clothesline on Vader. And Vader staggers back after Piper hit him with that clothesline. And now Piper with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Big Van Vader. No, on a roll of 12. It is an incredible neck-breaking clothesline delivered by Roddy Piper. And Big Van Vader goes down. And Vader now with Piper now with a big back suplex, putting Vader down on the canvas. Slowly the big man getting to his feet, but Piper is all over him, biting him. Roddy Piper is biting Big Van Vader, his stablemate, right on the forehead. And Vader not very happy about that. He just pie faces Piper and sends him away. Tries for a big boot to the face. Piper dodges that. And Piper now is going to attempt an atomic drop. This is a choice D maneuver. Choice D. He will need 9 or lower to hit that, and he does. And Vader is staggered back once again. Piper is on the offensive with another eye poke. An eye poke by Piper, but Vader saw that one coming. And Vader is going to fire back again with a big clothesline that takes Roddy Piper down. Vader and Piper pulling no punches here. And another big boot to the face by Vader sends Roddy Piper reeling. Vader now with a big clothesline, and Piper ducks under that. And Piper comes back instead with an attempted head slam to the mat. Vader overpowers that. And Vader comes back now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Roddy Piper, and on a roll of 8, Vader nails Roddy Piper with a big double smash to the side of the head. 452 pounds of Big Van Vader slamming into Roddy Piper, and now a front slam puts Roddy Piper down, and Vader gets just a 2 count as Piper able to kick out. Jay Randus now joining us at ringside, as Vader has taken control with a big suplex, pounding the Roddy Piper into the canvas. Vader now follows that up with another big suplex. Piper staggering to his feet. A running body avalanche delivered by Vader puts Piper back down onto the canvas. Piper in all sorts of trouble here. And now Vader with the release power bomb. That's a +2 finisher. Vader goes for the cover, and Piper able to kick out just in the nick of time. And it is Piper down, and Vader going to follow that up with a Samoan drop. This is a choice H maneuver. Choice H, he'll need a death jump roll, and on a roll of 7, he hits the Samoan drop. Vader follows that up with a bone-crunching splash, and Piper hits the canvas hard, rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor, and this could spell trouble. On the arena floor, it is Big Van Vader who dominates the action with a throat drop onto the steel security railing. All kinds of shenanigans here by Big Van Vader, And Vader now with another bone-crunching splash that stuns Rowdy Roddy Piper. Piper completely on the defensive now. A big clothesline from Vader. Piper getting to his feet, waving his fists at Vader, trying to encourage Vader to come on. Vader with hammering forearms, sending Piper back into the corner. Vader continues now, picks him up and slams him down to the canvas hard. A big front slam by Vader. Piper is down. Vader now is going to go for the moonsault. He is going for the moonsault. And on a roll of one, he misses it. Vader missed the moonsault. And now Rowdy Roddy Piper is in control. Piper now with the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied. Can he get him out? No, he cannot get him out, but Vader is weakened. Piper now in control after Vader misses the moonsault. And now Piper going to the figure 4 leg lock. Will Vader submit here? He will not. Vader digging deep, trying to survive the onslaught of Rowdy Roddy Piper. His fortune turned when he went for broke. Now a swinging neckbreaker by Rowdy Roddy Piper. Vader finally, slowly getting to his feet. Piper with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Big Van Vader, and on a roll of 2, it is Piper attempting a running clothesline. Vader ducks out of the way, and Piper crashes into the corner. Piper slams into the corner hard. Big Van Vader makes the cover. Piper puts his foot on the rope, and I don't believe what I just saw. Percy Pringle III just knocked the foot of Rowdy Roddy Piper off the top rope, off the bottom rope, and the referee completes the 3 count, and Big Van Vader is your winner. Piper is beside himself. Big Van Vader caught him with a pin coming off the turnbuckle. Piper had his foot over the bottom rope, and Percy Pringle moved the foot of Rowdy Roddy Piper, allowing the referee to complete the 3 count. Rowdy Roddy Piper is incensed. He is trying to get after Percy Pringle. But Vader is in the way, and now Mark Henry is coming down to ringside. He's also part of this coalition. And it is going to be Henry and Big Van Vader teaming up on Rowdy Roddy Piper with a double team beatdown. Rowdy Roddy Piper taking a beatdown from Vader and Mark Henry. And I guess they have had enough of Rowdy Roddy Piper. He has been ceremoniously drummed out of the Percy Pringle faction. No more Mr. Nice Guy from Percy Pringle. He is directing the onslaught as Vader and Mark Henry have issued a big beatdown on Rowdy Roddy Piper. And Rowdy Roddy Piper's affiliation with Percy Pringle III appears to be a thing of the past. And Vader now, your number 1 contender. He'll face the winner of tonight's action for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship, as solo promoter Grant Bachoco joins us. I guess Galacticon West about 2 weeks away. For those of you out on the West Coast and so inclined, check that out. Very nice graphic published on Facebook today by Grant. And I do not have either Galacticon in my travel plans for the year. But a good time will be had by all. So have fun, Grant, and thanks for dropping by here tonight in the Dave Cave. All right. So already a strange turn of events here tonight in Washington, D.C. in just our opening matchup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first of 3 championship matches here tonight. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. This match is for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a total combined weight of 450 pounds on the nose. Hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, the team of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. So the Rock and Roll Express headed to ringside for their tag team title matchup. Much to the delight of the fans here at ringside. Popular duo from the Mid-South Wrestling days. And their opponents are an imposing force indeed. At a total combined weight of 562 pounds, hailing from Chicago, Illinois. It is Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. And they are accompanied to the ring by their manager, Gary Hart. So Gary Hart leads his proud champions, the Road Warriors, to ringside for tonight's title defense against the Rock and Roll Express. And it has been quite a run for the Road Warriors. Checking the records here. The Road Warriors have been Patriot Tag Team Champions since July the 12th of 2025. So coming up on 1 year are the Road Warriors. And the Rock and Roll Express here hoping to put an end to that dominant title run. The Road Warriors not, however, able to elevate their game to the NWA World Tag Team Champions. They lost a number one contenders match against Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. So it is Bockwinkel and Stevens set to challenge for the world titles next month at Freedom Festival 2026. So Road Warrior, Animal, and Hawk with a chip on their shoulder here tonight with the very popular duo of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson not improving the mood of Hawk and Animal whatsoever. And it will be Robert Gibson starting things off against Animal. And it is Animal who gets the opening initiative role. And Animal comes right out and captures Gibson into an armbar. And just like that, Gibson reaches out and makes the tag to Ricky Morton. Morton comes in and catches Animal in a side headlock. Good luck with that. Animal's neck is bigger around than Ricky Morton's waist is. And Animal quickly powers out of that side headlock. And it is Animal who whips Ricky Morton into the ropes and nails him with a flying shoulder ram. What a great athlete Road Warrior Animal was back in his day. He could get up into the air with those power slams and that flying shoulder ram. Ricky Morton getting to his feet, and Animal tries to take him over with a back body drop. Ricky Morton slips out the back door of that attempted fireman's carry, and it is Ricky Morton now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Animal, and on a roll of 7, that's going to be a reversal. Animal whipping Ricky Morton into the opposite turnbuckle. And this time it is Morton hitting the buckle, and as Morton comes off the buckle, Animal hits him with a big kick, and that stuns Ricky Morton. Animal making the tag to Road Warrior Hawk. Road Warrior Hawk coming in with a gorilla press slam. High, high, high overhead and down to the canvas hard goes Ricky Morton. Hawk is going to try and cover Ricky Morton. Ricky kicks out of that. That wasn't a very serious cover anyways, just 2 hands on the chest. Hawk making a statement more than attempting to win a match with that big gorilla press slam, but it certainly did take some of the starch out of Ricky Morton. And now it is babyface in peril time as Hawk whips Ricky Morton out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 9, it is Hawk just bullying Ricky Morton on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring steps. Morton crashing into the ring steps as the young ladies in attendance here in Washington, D.C. gasp. And Hawk now is in control with a big gut wrench suplex. Up, over, and down to the canvas again goes Ricky Morton. Hawk maintains control. And now he brings in Animal, and they're going to hit a big double clothesline on Ricky Morton. And that is an add 1 move for Hawk and Animal. Ricky desperately trying to get over to make a tag, and he is able to get Robert Gibson into the match. Fresh men in the match for both teams, and it is Robert Gibson coming out, fists in fire, whip to the ropes. Animal comes off the ropes, and on a roll of 7, it is Robert Gibson with a big back body drop that takes Road Warrior Animal up, over, and down to the mat. Robert Gibson now in control. Gibson with another whip. Thought about another whip to the turnbuckle. Instead, he's going to bring Ricky Morton back into the ring, and it is a double back body drop that takes Animal back down to the mat. Morton now the legal man in the ring, and he is going to hit Animal with a fist drop. Animal rolls over and is unable to make the tag to his partner. And instead, it is Morton now going to attempt an atomic drop. That is a choice F maneuver. He'll need 8 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 7, he connects. And Animal, no sells that, just gets right back up to his feet. The fist drop having no impact whatsoever on the massive cranium of Animal. And Animal now is on his feet. And it is Animal with a big elbow to the head of Ricky Morton. And it is Morton now staggering around the ring. Animal in control. Animal with a big scoop slam, and Ricky Morton again ducks out the back door of that one. Another good evasive move there by Ricky Morton, and Ricky comes back with another whip to the turnbuckle. Animal bounces off the turnbuckle and lifts a knee to the head of Ricky Morton as he is coming out, and Morton again is stunned. This will be a double team opportunity for the Road Warriors. And on a roll of 6, it is an awesome double neck breaker delivered by Hawk and Animal that puts Ricky Morton down on the canvas. Hawk now in control. Hawk with an over-the-shoulder backbreaker. And Ricky desperately trying but unable to make the tag. Hawk follows that up with a big gut-wrench suplex. Morton scrambling to his hands and knees, crawling around the ring, trying to escape. As Hawk stays on him, and now high overhead, and another big gorilla press slam takes Ricky Morton down to the mat. Hawk staying in control and pitching Ricky Morton out of the ring, and here we go again on the arena floor. As Hawk again with the bully tactics on Morton, dropping him stomach first this time across the steel security railing. Ricky Morton crawling around like crazy, holding his belly. And now Hawk is going to go up. Thought about a death jump, but instead he is going to come back with another big vertical suplex, putting Ricky Morton down to the canvas. Another double team opportunity for the Road Warriors, and this time it is a running forearm smash delivered by the massive forearms of one Road Warrior Animal. Gary Hart very pleased at ringside watching his men work over Ricky Morton. And now another flying shoulder ram from Animal puts Ricky back down to the canvas, but Ricky ain't going to quit as Hawk now picks him up for a scoop slam and takes him down. Animal still in control, a big back body drop, and again Ricky Morton eludes that, and it is Morton who comes back and is going to attempt a leg drop on a roll of 8 or lower, and on a roll of 8 he got him. Big flying leg lariat there by Morton, and Animal is stunned. Finally, Ricky able to make the tag back to Robert Gibson. Robert coming into the ring once again on fire with a big haymaker. Animal stands his ground. Animal comes back with a attempt at a bear hug, and he got him. Got him trapped in that bear hug. But Robert Gibson immediately claps his hands across the ears of Animal to escape. And it is Gibson now calling Ricky back into the ring for another double back body drop. And Animal is stunned once again. That's going to be a double team opportunity for the Rock and Roll Express. And a deadly elbow smash delivered by Ricky Morton coming in. There's been a flurry of activity on the side of the Rock and Roll Express, but they haven't so much as broken a sweat out of the Rock and Roll Express. As now here's Ricky with another whip to the turnbuckle, and now it is Animal hitting a skull-splitting running lariat, bouncing off the turnbuckle, and Ricky Morton is down once again. Animal going for the cover. Ricky able to kick out once again. Ricky Morton in trouble here. For all of the gyrations of the Rock and Roll Express, they haven't laid a glove on Hawk and Animal, and now it is going to be the Doomsday Device. Animal going up top, coming off with a big flying clothesline, and it is just in the nick of time. Robert Gibson able to make the save, but Ricky Morton has been decimated by that big Doomsday Device. Road Warrior Hawk now the legal man in the ring. Robert Gibson going to use the very last pin save, or the last intervention, to try for to reverse the momentum here on the tag team interference chart. And sure enough, Robert Gibson is able to distract Hawk and turn the tables. And now it is Ricky Morton able to hit Hawk with a top rope punch that Hawk just shrugs off. So the Rock and Roll Express has used everything in their arsenal to try and turn the tide. Hawk's got the momentum once again. Here is a whip to the ropes. Ricky Morton bounces off the ropes and into a massive boot from Hawk. And Ricky Morton now is down. Hawk is in control. Hawk is going to go up and whip Ricky Morton into the ropes once again. And this time coming off the ropes, Hawk bounces down. Ricky comes back the other way. Another drop down go the other way. And finally it is Ricky Morton who hits a running knee to the side of the head of Hawk to gain the momentum. Hawk probably should have tried to finish things off there, but didn't. And now it is Ricky with a cross body block. Hawk goes over. Ricky makes the cover, and Hawk kicks out with relative ease. But the Rock and Rollers now have the momentum as Ricky comes at him with another cross body block and another cover and another kick out for Hawk. Now Robert's in the ring. It's a double team opportunity. And a deadly, awesome double neck breaker by the Rock and Roll Express. Ricky Morton now the fresh man in the ring and in control. And Road Warrior Hawk is hurting. Here is the Gibson leg lock. He cannot get Hawk to submit to the Gibson leg lock. And instead, Ricky is going to have to come back with a running back elbow smash. Hawk looking for a tag, unable to get one. As Robert now comes on him again with an enziguri. And this time Hawk rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. But on the arena floor, it is a roll of 10. And that is the foreign object coming into play. Robert Gibson, in desperation, has picked up the bell hammer. He will not be disqualified for that as he clocks Hawk with the bell hammer. Back in the ring, it's going to be a death jump attempted by Robert Gibson. Gibson coming off the top rope, nails Road Warrior Hawk. Double team opportunity for the Rock and Roll Express. And they hit a devastating double team move that adds another point of fatigue on Hawk. Ricky Morton now the legal man in the ring. Rock and Roll Express going for broke. Animal's going to hit the ring. And now we've got all four men in the ring. All four men are in the ring. And it is going to be the Road Warriors winning the brawl. And that puts Hawk back in control. And the Doomsday Device coming up on Ricky Morton. As the referee is putting Robert Gibson out of the ring. Count of 1, 2, 3. So the Rock and Roll Express gave it a good run. But once again, the Road Warriors are your winners and still your Patriot Tag Team Champions. Coming up on 1 year is that title reign for Hawk and Animal. Gary Hart very proud coming into the ring to be with his men as Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson taste defeat after the Doomsday Express delivered by Hawk puts an end to the night for Ricky Morton after a very game challenge by the Rock and Roll Express. And Pops Reviews has joined us in the ring. Good to see you, my friend, and it is great to have you here as always. Al, Red Sox fan, also tuning in. Sports Time Machine coming in, sitting quietly in his seat. Mike, Utah Mike, good to see you, man. And thank you to everybody for checking out tonight's action. Two matches down, 2 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, another championship match coming your way next, as the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect, although probably unnecessary in a matchup of this nature. Although stranger things have happened. We did see Bob Backlund get disqualified earlier tonight on the pre-show. But this is for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger out of Abruzzi, Italy. Standing at 6'2" and weighing 255 pounds, this is ILIO DIPAOLO. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Patriot Heavyweight Champion out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He stands at 6'2". He weighs 237 pounds. This is the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle, ILIO DIPAOLO, set to square off for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship here in Washington, D.C., with Big Van Vader, your new #1 contender, lurking in the sidelines. And sure enough, the opening roll is tied, so we're going to go to the Shenanigans booklet, brought to you by Face to the Mat. And it is going to be ILIO DIPAOLO rolling on that book. And it looks like we have an invasion. Oh my goodness. An invasion taking place here tonight. Kurt Angle and ILIO DIPAOLO getting ready for their match. And out of nowhere, here comes Vader and Mark Henry under the charge of Percy Pringle. They are kicking butt and taking names. Vader assaulting Kurt Angle as Mark Henry holds off ILIO DIPAOLO. Both these men are taking a beating. Both these men are taking a pounding. It is Angle who is really getting pummeled by Vader into the corner, as Vader tosses Angle into the corner and smashes him with a full body slam into the corner. ILIO DIPAOLO on the receiving end of lefts and rights, and a big bear hug and a slam by Mark Henry. Chaos erupting here in Washington, D.C., as the men of Percy Pringle have invaded your Patriot Heavyweight Championship match. Percy Pringle is out of control, says Grant Pachoco. Percy Pringle, a Hollywood guy. Grant, you should you need to do something about that. Excuse my voice. I'm still on the bitter end of the cold I had last week. As the excitement goes down, and finally, cooler heads have prevailed. Rowdy Piper is out here, and he has got Vader by the back of the head and just dragging Vader away from this situation. Multiple men have come to ringside to try and take care of Mark Henry, as Mark Henry has tossed a few local independent wrestlers serving as security guards from one side of the ring to the other. And finally, Henry has been confronted by Hercules Hernandez and Kent Patera and a couple of other big powerhouse individuals out of the locker room. So we have had devastation here, as Kurt Angle has taken some damage. ILIO DIPAOLO has taken some damage. All of this happened before the match even began. And so the match will start with Kurt Angle holding 2 points of fatigue, and ILIO DIPAOLO also holding a point of fatigue, as the Piper's cooler heads. Who would have thought? Piper is certainly not the cooler head, but he is firing away on Vader and dragging Vader away from the championship match. The referee has finally got control. Both men want to continue. They don't want their matchup to be wasted by this outside assault. So things are going to go ahead and get started here in DC with both men a little roughed up and beaten down after the assault by Vader and Mark Henry on your participants in tonight's matchup. It will be Kurt Angle coming out with the initiative and going to a whip to the ropes. Off the top rope, or off the ropes comes ILIO DIPAOLO. But on a roll of 5, it is ILIO with a running shoulder tackle that takes Kurt Angle down to the mat. And now it is ILIO DIPAOLO who thought about a whip to the ropes. Instead, he is going to roll up and take the whip to the turnbuckle instead. Not much of an exchange there. Kurt Angle rated A on both of those accounts. And coming off the turnbuckle now, it is ILIO DIPAOLO missing a clothesline. Kurt Angle with a roll up and a cover, but ILIO DIPAOLO kicks out. Now Angle is in control, and he's going to go straight to the ankle lock. Can he get the submission here? No, he cannot. But that will add a point of damage to future ankle locks, as ILIO DIPAOLO able to make his way to the bottom rope and force the hold to be broken. Here goes Kurt Angle now up for a death jump. And he nails the death jump on ILIO DIPAOLO. Angle now going for the Olympic Slam and another cover. And this time on a roll of 7, ILIO DIPAOLO just able to kick out. Angle now back in control. He's going to go for his moonsault. This is a choice E maneuver, choice E. So he will need 9 or lower to hit the moonsault. And on a roll of 7, he nails the moonsault. And ILIO DIPAOLO is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor for a breather. Kurt Angle following suit. And it's going to be Kurt Angle winning the brawl on the arena floor and drop kicking ILIO DIPAOLO over the steel security railing. And it looks like ILIO DIPAOLO is going to be unable to recover from that based upon the injuries he has already suffered and now being drop kicked over the steel security railing. So we're going to have a count out here as Kurt Angle will win this match by count out, but that's going to just be another fly in the ointment here, another wrinkle in the plans of Patriot Championship Wrestling, because as a result of a count out, the title does not change hands, but ILIO DIPAOLO has the potential for a rematch here. So controversy around the Patriot Heavyweight Championship here in DC. ILIO DIPAOLO still with a legitimate claim to that title. Kurt Angle also with a holding the belt. Big Van Vader now the #1 contender, and controversy around the invasion that took place with the title match itself. So we are going to have to get some rulings from the Patriot Championship Wrestling authorities. Stay tuned for the Heartland highlight reel this week as we try to make sense of the situation that took place between Kurt Angle and ILIO DIPAOLO and Mark Henry and Big Van Vader, along with Percy Pringle, Roddy Piper involved in that situation, and all sorts of shenanigans here tonight around the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. All right, let's catch up with all of the events happening in the chat room. I think some stuff was going on there that I was not able to keep track of. Let's see, we said hello to Pop's Reviews. We said hello to Al, Red Sox fan. As the Road Warriors finished off the Rock and Roll Express, the end result of men versus boys, says one Jeff Stafford, and he ain't lying. Oh, now we've got Mercedes Martinez approaching Taylor Made at ringside as the Velvet shenanigans take place in the crowd. ILIO DIPAOLO, a.k.a. Dead Meat, but I don't think so. He held his own tonight And now we're getting word that both Angle and DiPaolo were counted out of that match as a result of the finish, and that is why DiPaolo is still considered a contender. So the official verdict has come in. Kurt Angle and ILIO DiPaolo both counted out after that foray out of the ring. So the title remains with Kurt Angle. ILIO DiPaolo still has a title match in his pocket, but Big Van Vader is breathing down the necks of both of these men with Mark Henry by his side. Heels rule, baby. Of course, Jeff Stafford, of all people, would be the one to the one to cheer for the Invaders in what we'd hoped would be a fine technical matchup between Kurt Angle and ILIO DiPaolo. That was not to be the case. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our special main event of the evening with the Butcher Legacy Ladies Championship on the line. And as I mentioned previously, my travel plans did not allow me to make it down to Kentucky yesterday for the celebration of life of our dearly departed friend, Kevin Butcher. Kevin, you are missed, and this match is dedicated to you, my friend. Your following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit to a finish. This match is for the the Butcher Legacy Ladies Championship. Introducing first from Perth, Western Australia. She stands at 6 foot tall and weighs 166 pounds. This is Lena KROSS. And her opponent from Pearl City, Hawaii, standing at 5'7", weighing 162 pounds. This is LEILANI Kai. Both former Butcher Legacy Ladies Champions looking to get that gold back around their waists here tonight in Washington, D.C. And as they come together in the center of the ring, it is LEILANI Kai taking the initiative with a hammerlock and a leg trip, but Lena KROSS able to block that. KROSS taller and rangier, able to block that, and it is Lena KROSS coming back instead with an attempt at a hair toss, and LEILANI Kai blocks that. And now LEILANI is successfully able to get the hammerlock and the leg trip and take control, getting some riding time here on the mat. Another leg trip this time is blocked by Lena KROSS, and Lena coming back this time with an armbar. Lena catches the armbar and takes LEILANI down to one knee. LEILANI works her way back up to her feet, and now it is a clothesline attempted and missed by Lena KROSS, and LEILANI Kai coming back instead with a double chop off of the turnbuckle. Lena KROSS is not impressed. That double chop did nothing to stun LEILANI Kai. Lena KROSS now, as they go toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, is going to attempt a back elbow. She's going to need 8 or lower, and on a roll of 7, she hits that. And LEILANI Kai now is stunned. LEILANI Kai immediately rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 6, it is LEILANI Kai winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming Lena KROSS onto the announcer's table. LEILANI Kai not afraid to get her hands dirty here in this championship match. Action outside the ring continues. And LEILANI Kai still punishing Lena KROSS on the arena floor with a clothesline off of the ring apron. And Lena KROSS now in a bad way. Back in the ring, now it is a Boston Crab being applied by LEILANI Kai. Not very good ring positioning with that, as Lena quickly able to get those long arms over the bottom rope. And Percy Pringle is not here to interrupt that, so the hold is broken. And they come back together in the center of the ring, and here's LEILANI with a whip to the turnbuckle. And coming off the turnbuckle, it is LEILANI Kai charging into the corner and missing and crashing down to the arena floor. LEILANI Kai stunned on the arena floor, slowly rolling back into the ring, and Lena KROSS is ready and waiting. And KROSS is now going to pitch LEILANI Kai out of the ring yet again, and this time it is Lena KROSS who is going to test test the patience of the referee, and she just wrapped the ring cable around the neck of LEILANI Kai. The referee putting the count on her. And Lena KROSS now is risking disqualification. The referee finally corrals them back into the ring. And it is going to be a death jump attempted by Lena KROSS. But on a roll of 5, LEILANI Kai caught her and throws Lena KROSS down to the mat. Lena KROSS is down. LEILANI Kai now in control. She's going to try for a step over toe hold. This is a choice F maneuver. She will need a roll of 7 or lower to complete this. And on a roll of 10, Lena KROSS able to kick her way out of the step over toe hold. And instead it is Lena KROSS with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes LEILANI Kai, and on a roll of 12, LEILANI Kai bounces off the turnbuckle, and Lena KROSS nails her with an incredible neck-breaking clothesline. Lena KROSS with a chance to do some damage here. The cross breaker has been applied. Can she get the victory here? On a roll of 4, she almost got her with the cross breaker. Lena KROSS now in control. Lena KROSS now with a big knee lift. LEILANI Kai is stunned. Lena now whipped to the ropes. Off the ropes comes LEILANI Kai. And on a roll of 4, it is Lena setting her head too soon. LEILANI Kai grabs her and pile drives Lena KROSS down to the mat. The experience of LEILANI Kai taking control that time. And now LEILANI Kai is going once again to that Boston Crab. Tying up those long legs of Lena KROSS, trying to weaken the lower back. Forcing Lena to crawl her way over for the hold to be broken. And now LEILANI Kai goes with a double chop off of the turnbuckle, a punishing blow, followed by a big boot to Lena KROSS. LEILANI trying to weaken the taller Australian. Another double chop off the turnbuckle. And another big boot. And this time Lena KROSS is able to dodge the big boot. And it is Lena coming back with a hair toss that takes LEILANI Kai down to the canvas. Lena KROSS now in control with a fall-away slam. Coming down from the heights. Lena follows that up with another whip to the turnbuckle. As LEILANI Kai bounces off the turnbuckle, it is a big kick. Those long legs of Lena KROSS stunning LEILANI Kai. Lena now with another big boot. LEILANI Kai is staggered. Lena follows that up now with another whip to the ropes. And coming off the ropes, it is a running back elbow delivered by Lena KROSS. Lena maintains control, tries for another fall-away slam, but this time LEILANI slips out the back door of that one and hits her with another double chop across the chest. Lena winded by that blow. Another big boot attempted by LEILANI Kai. Lena is unfazed, and Lena will come back with a shoulder block that takes LEILANI back down to the canvas. Let's go, LEILANI, says Grant Bachoco. LEILANI now with another whip to the ropes. Lena with another whip to the ropes as LEILANI comes back and eats another running back elbow from Lena KROSS. Here's another big boot from Lena. The big Australian now attempting to take control. A big knee lift delivered by Lena KROSS, and LEILANI Kai rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor, and on a roll of 10. Once again, that ring cable comes into play, and now Lena is going to get warned and nearly disqualified in that, but the referee giving leniency. As Lena KROSS now is going to go back to the cross breaker, and LEILANI Kai again lucky to survive, and LEILANI Kai very upset that Lena KROSS was not disqualified for that move. She is having words with the referee as Lena is teeing up another an attempt at a sliding German suplex. This is a choice G maneuver. She will need 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 11, LEILANI able to escape. And LEILANI coming back with another attempt at a big boot and missed again. Lena KROSS now with a stomp. Lena KROSS now with another fall-away slam. Another fall-away slam. Lena doing her damage here. Another whip to the turnbuckle. LEILANI bounces off the turnbuckle. grabs the arm of Lena KROSS and reverses that whip the other way. And as Lena KROSS bounces off the turnbuckle, it is a big kick by LEILANI Kai. LEILANI Kai has the big momentum shift now. Whip to the ropes. Lena KROSS bounces off the ropes, and LEILANI Kai with a backdrop sends Lena KROSS down to the canvas. LEILANI Kai, another whip to the ropes. And this time, coming off the ropes, it is another big double chop delivered by LEILANI Kai that puts Lena KROSS down on the canvas. LEILANI Kai goes for the running splash. She goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 5, and on a roll of 11, Lena KROSS able to kick out. And now, a step over toe hold to be attempted by LEILANI Kai. She is going to need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that. And Lena KROSS, again, able to kick out of that move. And it is Lena KROSS with a whip to the ropes. Gosh, we've got Lena and LEILANI. And both of their last names begin with K. Who booked this madness? As LEILANI Kai comes off the ropes and eats another running back elbow from Lena KROSS. Lena now, a big front suplex. LEILANI rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 7, it is LEILANI taking control and slamming the head of Lena KROSS into the ring post. LEILANI Kai now is going to try that step over toe hold once again. And once again, Lena KROSS able to kick her way out of that move. That hasn't worked all night. Lena KROSS now, another whip to the ropes. Back and forth we go. A running elbow smash delivered by Lena. Lena now, another whip to the ropes. And this time coming off the ropes, it is Lena who ducks her head too soon, and LEILANI Kai grabs her and slams her face first into the canvas. LEILANI Kai now in control. LEILANI Kai going up for the death jump and nails the death jump. Lena KROSS is down. Can LEILANI get the finish here? Out of the ring we go again. And LEILANI Kai again winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming the head of Lena KROSS into the ring apron. Now another attempt at that step over toe hold by LEILANI Kai. This time she gets it to cinch, and Lena KROSS is struggling to get free of that. LEILANI comes back with another big double chop. She follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Lena KROSS and eats a big kick from LEILANI Kai. LEILANI now with a big boot, and Lena KROSS is going to fire back and whip LEILANI into the ropes. Gosh, we're hung up in level 2 purgatory here in this match. Fans are chanting that they want VADER and Mark Henry to come interrupt this match, but I don't think that's going to happen, as Lena now is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes LEILANI Kai, and Lena catches her with a big flying knee. Lena KROSS now with a big boot. She's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 9, LEILANI able to kick out. Lena KROSS now with a chance to hit her finish. She hits the crossbreaker. The pin roll here is 6, and on a roll of 10, LEILANI Kai survives again. Lena KROSS still in control, pitching LEILANI Kai out of the ring. This may be a mistake. And sure enough, on a roll of 6, it is LEILANI Kai winning the brawl on the arena floor and drop kicking Lena KROSS over the steel security railing. Lena now crawling back into the ring. LEILANI unable to clamp on that step over toe hold. She should give up on that one already. And now a front suplex delivered by Lena KROSS. LEILANI rolling out of the ring again. And again, LEILANI Kai winning the brawl on the arena floor and dropping Lena KROSS stomach first onto the security railing. Now it's the running splash by LEILANI Kai. The pin roll here is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 4, she got her. LEILANI Kai, once again, your Butcher Legacy Ladies Champion. All right, big match there. Big win for Leilani Kai, taking the belt back to Hollywood Wrestling from Hollywood, or Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. So thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight to watch all of our exciting action. And remember, if you want one of your wrestlers to challenge for one of the interpromotional titles, the Butcher Legacy Championship or the Butcher Legacy Ladies Championship, just let me know. We've got a big gauntlet match for the Men's Championship coming up on the 4th of July at Freedom Festival 2026. The one guideline to remember, official Filsinger Games released cards only. And that's how we got into confusion over the Ladies Championship not long ago. But Leilani Kai, once again, your rightful Butcher Legacy Ladies Champion, and she will be looking for challengers right away. Jeff Stafford, solo promoter Grant Pachoco, Jay Randus, sorry if I missed you coming in, Jay Randus, Al, Red Sox fan, Neely Bob. I think we had some other folks along the way. We had Pop's Reviews, Hasim with us here earlier tonight. Kathy Evans was first in line at the turnbuckle tonight. Scrolling back up to see if there is anybody else we missed. Sports Time Machine, 2102. Mike Bose joining us from Utah. And I believe that is everybody. So thank you all once again for joining us. From the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off. That's our stream, and I am out of here.